about the fact that you do not want to go back to Columbus?
No way do we want to go back to Columbus. We want to win this here in Richmond, and we got the crowd behind us, and we need to use it to our advantage, but we got to go to work.
We have come from Richmond back to Columbus, Ohio, at a sold-out Battelle Hall for the ABL World Championship game. Tonight, the Columbus Quest hosts the Richmond Rage. Hello, everyone. I'm Tracy Warren, along with Debbie Antonelli. Tonight, an ABL World Champion will be crowned. Now, the Quest forced the fifth and final game to bring it back here to Ohio. Momentum's got to be on the Quest side.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, Tracy. Columbus is 21-2 in this building, and in 6 tries for Richmond, they've only had 1 win, so you got to believe the home court and this loud crowd is going to favor the Quest.
This series is tied at 2 games apiece, and here's how it went. Columbus took game 1. Richmond wins game 2 in Columbus. Richmond, Virginia was the site of games 3 and 4. Richmond captured game 3 with a hard-fought battle in game 4. The Quest forcing a 5th and final game. Underdogs have prevailed all throughout this series, Debbie Antonelli. Richmond comes in the underdog tonight.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that either, Tracy, because they've got their backs against the wall. They had a chance to win it in game 4. They didn't. So they're playing their best basketball under pressure situations like this, according to head coach Lisa Boyer.
The All-Stars have come out in this ABL World Championship. We'll take a look at some of them when we come back. The American Basketball League Game of the Week is brought to you by Reebok, proud founding sponsor of the ABL, the premier pro women's basketball league in America. And by Phoenix, a company dedicated to providing a lifetime of physical fitness. And by Lady Foot Locker, proud to be a charter sponsor of the American Basketball League. And by Nissan, who reminds you that life is a journey. Enjoy the ride.
Take Ralphie for a drive.
Team is important, part of a team. Like a family, because, hey, you can't win unless you're part of a team. There you go, right there, good. When I go out on the court, I give everything I have and I leave it out there. This is great. I mean, you have fun with your teammates. You hang out with your teammates. Yeah, we fuss and fight, but hey, we fight each other on and off the court. We're family, yeah, but we're going to take care of business. It's not about one, it's about together. That's what team is all about. I want it to be real, you know what I'm saying?
Most of us pay a lot more attention to our physical selves than we do to our fiscal selves. But the truth is, if we want to enjoy every stage of our lives, we need physical fitness as much as we need physical fitness. At the Phoenix, we can help you put together the right balance of insurance and investments to stay in good financial shape for a lifetime. Phoenix, insurance and investment.
Welcome back to Game 5 of the ABL World Championship. You know, Quest head coach Brian Agler said his veterans needed to step up in this World Championship. Who better to respond than 35-year-old Valerie Still?
Well, she may be 35, but she's not old, and she is a good one. In the last 2 games, she has scored a total of 45 points. Her minutes are up, and so are her productivity. Is her productivity in the playoffs? Looking from the field, she's shooting at 50%, and she's doing a great job defensively on Taj McWilliams inside. And to counter her on the outside is Katie Smith. But Katie is starting to get hot from the perimeter. Game 4, she had 25 points, her playoff high, and she is really a smart player when
when she gets the basketball in her hands, you got to love what she can create with it, to complement Nikki McRae and Tanya Edwards as well.
For the Richmond Rage, Marta Sobral has had the hot hand.
Well, at 6'3", you'd think she'd like to bang inside, but she wants to face up to the bucket. She can bury it from outside. She is a two-time Olympian on the Brazilian team, and she can really play. Her numbers are outstanding. 15 of 17 from the free throw line. She can score from anywhere on the floor. And to go with her, her side mate is Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley, what can you say about her? She does everything from the point guard position, and the best thing that she does is leads. And there's one other thing about Dawn Staley. She definitely knows how to win.
The fifth and final game of the ABL World Championship. The winner takes home the first ever World Championship trophy. We'll have starting lineups when we come back after this.
Right now, 39,000 people are soaking up the sun in Los Angeles. Pan Am can take you there from $179. A meal on every flight, every day. From $179, we'll also bring you back.
Harold, what are you staring at?
Nothing.
On Pan Am, you won't get burned.
Big news as Six Flags presents an incredible season ticket offer. Buy your season ticket now for just $65 and get more value than ever. You get unlimited visits to Six Flags Great Adventure theme park. And this year, Batman and Robin, the Chiller. With side-by-side racing coasters, you'll hit 65 miles per hour in under 5 seconds while shooting 20 stories into the sky. It's a huge addition to Six Flags' awesome thrill rides, water adventures, and exciting family rides. And Six Flags has electrifying shows. Your season ticket is good at Six Flags Wild Safari Animal Park right next door. Plus, you'll get a big premium value book packed with savings like free visits for your friends. There's free concerts and special events, and your season ticket is honored at all Six Flags theme parks. Visit twice and your season ticket is more than paid for. Have a wild safari, bring a friend for free, 2 special events, add your huge premium book savings, subtract the low season ticket price, you've saved hundreds. Wow, a Six Flags Great Adventure season ticket is truly America's best entertainment value. Call for yours now.
You may face some stiff penalties with a checking account at a big New York bank. If your balance falls below the huge minimum, for using an ATM, for writing a check. So you may want to open a classic checking account at Home Federal. Balance is down to $100? No penalty. Want to use our ATMs or write a check? No penalty. Hey, it's only fair. At Home Federal, you don't have to go far to get far.
Our curveball's a little off today. You mind if I throw a couple? Yeah, why not? Hey, guys.
Paul, here's your soda.
Hey, thanks.
Welcome back to Battelle Hall in Columbus, Ohio for the final ABL World Championship game. Let's send it over to public address announcer Molly Haynes for tonight's starting lineups. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Richmond Rage to Battelle Hall, home of your Columbus Squad. And now introducing tonight's starting lineup for the Richmond Rage. At guard, number 5, Dawn Staley. Also at guard, number 14, Molly Goodenbauer. Starting at center, number 11, Marta Sobral. Starting at 4, number 15, Adrian Goodson. And also starting at 4, number 34, Taj McWilliams. And athletic trainer for the Rage is Kyla McDaniel, assistant coach Deanne Kraft, and head coach Lisa Boyer. Introducing your Columbus
5'8", number 14, Shannon Pee-wee Johnson. Also starting at guard from Tennessee at 5'10", number 32, Tanya Ice Edwards. Starting at center from Kentucky at 6'1", number 11, Valerie Still. Starting at forward from Ohio State at 5'11", number 30, Katie Smith. And also starting at forward from Tennessee at 5'11", number 15, Nikki McCray. And athletic trainer of the Quest is Mike Vogt, assistant coach Kelly Kramer, and head coach and general manager of the Columbus Quest, Brian Agler. The officials for tonight's game are June Courteau, Patty Broderick, and Wesley Dean. And the alternate is Joe Cunningham.
The Columbus Quest come in with a record of 35-11 overall. They are the Eastern Conference champs. The Richmond Rage come in with a record of 25-21 overall. They finished second in the regular season to the Columbus Quest. This is the 13th meeting of the season between these two teams. Richmond Rage head coach Lisa Boyer says she feels like she's seen Richmond over and over, and she's seen Columbus over and over. She said she knows these teams very, very well, and tonight will be no surprises. Pure athleticism, pure heart and soul.
Up-tempo, defensive-minded, every possession counts in a game like this, and you don't think these players are ready to play. I don't think either team can want it anymore. These two teams have both come very well prepared for tonight, and both coaches will try to keep their starters as fresh as possible by substituting a little early.
Debbie, as you had mentioned at the onset, the Richmond Rage have won only one game in 6 tries here at Battelle Hall. The Columbus Quest are 21-2 overall at home. The Richmond Rage are in black. The Columbus Quest are in white. Valerie Still will jump up for the Columbus Quest. Martha Sabral for the Richmond Rage. And Columbus takes control. Katie Smith went to quick work in Game 4. It is the philosophy of the Columbus Quest to come out quick, come out fast, and Katie said she's going to look to score more often.
And Brian Agler wants her doing that. She's got to be able to hold her own at the offensive end, particularly in certain matchups where she draws a bigger opponent.
Right away, Smith looks to Valerie Still. Valerie Still picking up where she left off. She has been the hottest player thus far in the past 2 games for the Columbus Quest, averaging better than 22 points a game in Game 3 and Game 4.
Nikki McCray does a great job of jamming up Goodson in the middle of the lane. And smart move by Johnson to pull it back out. Not try to attempt a shot in the paint with the trees.
Still underneath. To show you the balanced scoring of Columbus Quest, in all 4 games of this championship series, they have had a different leading scorer and a different leading rebounder. Brian Agler says we have no stars, we just have good balance.
Have great balance. They have really 7 people that they could start on any given night. And that's been the trademark of the Columbus team. Great team defense, great team offense. They have super ball movement in the half court. And when they're playing well and that's all clicking, they're very tough to stop.
Dawn Stanley runs the point for the Richmond Rage. Molly Goodenbauer. Adrienne Goodson with the rebound. She has played every minute of this championship game. Marta Sabral for 3. Marta Sabral. She had the hot hand in Game 4. She is shooting 47% from three-point land.
Yeah, as we talked about in the opening, Tracy, Marta doesn't want to bang on the block. She is very versatile out front, can score from the top of the key or anywhere out beyond the three-point line.
Edwards with the dish to Valerie Still, turnover, and it's going to go to the Richmond Rage.
Brian Agler also talked about taking care of the basketball. In Game 4, he only had 9 turnovers to Richmond's 17. That was a big key in the game in terms of possession of the basketball, which is going to be crucial because obviously you can't score unless you have the basketball.
Dawn Stanley guarded by Tanya Edwards. Goodson over McCray. Rebound, Dawn Stanley back outside to Taj McWilliams in traffic. Valerie Still with the rebound.
Look at Val handling the rock up the floor. She's not afraid to bring it up against pressure at all.
Johnson kicks it out to Katie Smith, swings it over to Edwards. Tanya Edwards for 3.
Dawn Stanley gets the ball to the net and pushes it down the floor very quickly, trying to get this game up-tempo, which is to the liking of Richmond.
McWilliams in traffic, turnaround, and Taj McWilliams is fouled. It was Lisa Boyer's game plan to force it inside, take advantage of Taj McWilliams and her height. She's 6'4", the closest Quest player 6'1".
Well, that's a great mismatch inside. Columbus has a lot of trouble with her because of her size. As you watch Edwards knock it down from three-point land, that's bad news for Richmond if she's off to a hot start. Both games in this playoff that Columbus won, Edwards was a big difference offensively. She scored in double figures in both of those games, games 1 and 4.
McWilliams is averaging a double-double for this series, a 66% free throw shooter. She makes 1 of 2.
The other thing about Taj McWilliams, if you throw it inside in the paint, she's shooting almost 60% from the block, so she can definitely score in there and is a big mismatch inside height-wise for Columbus.
McCray, guarded by Goodson, triple-teamed inside. McWilliams on the ground. Dawn Staley comes up with the basketball. Staley loves to run. Staley. Goodson. Goodson, blocked by Still. Still tries to save it, knocked out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, Val Still showing her versatility. She is fronting McWilliams on the right block. When the ball comes into the post, you're going to see her rotate over and help on Goodson inside. Look at how Val contests without fouling. You see the ball go off of Goodson. Tremendous hustle by Valerie Still.
Edwards for 3. Tanya Edwards. Her second 3 of the game.
Edwards is shooting 37% from the three-point line. There's a big steal.
Here comes the Columbus Quest again. They've got numbers. Johnson, just too much. Smith couldn't handle it.
Good look, right idea. Columbus running the floor very well right now. And it's been the case of their defense, which they turn it up defensively and shut down those passing lanes. They are one of the quickest teams transitioning from defense to offense in this league.
The Quest lead 8-4. Another turnover for the Richmond Rage. We've got a whistle and a foul. Foul is going to go against Molly Goodenbauer, her first, team's first.
Molly does such a great job of using the McWilliams screen up top. We're going to see a lot of that tonight as she tries to come off the high post. After the turnover, she commits the foul. And right now, Richmond has got 3 turnovers, Columbus with 4.
Johnson over the screen by Valerie Still. Johnson led the nation at the University of South Carolina in three-point shooting, better than 40% from three-point land. She shoots 47% from three-point land in the ABL. Marta Sobral is fouled on the shot.
Katie Smith caught helping inside on the low post, rotated out, and didn't get there in time to close out and contest. So what she does is instead she ends up fouling Marta. Now Marta will go to the free throw line, where she is 15 of 17 in the playoffs.
Richmond Rage shot just 42%. Check that 77% in the second half of Game 4. Lisa Boyer said it's key for us to hit those free throws. They shot 88% for the game.
When you you start talking about free throws in the series, Tracy, you already mentioned the numbers. Columbus shooting 60%, Richmond 82. But the Rage is attempting 10 more free throws per game than Columbus is. That means that the Quest is getting the line 10 more times a game, which can really add up to a lot of points. And in a game like this, the line could make the difference.
McCray goes to her left. Still in on the rebound. Shannon Johnson saves it for the Columbus Quest. The great ball handlers of Columbus at any time, 4 players could be running the point. 4 different players for Brian Agler's Quest.
And when Andrea Lloyd's in the lineup, it could be 5. Val Steele's really the one player that doesn't initiate the offense from the top. Val is getting on the glass. She's doing a lot of the dirty work right now for Columbus. And, you know, we talked about Brian Agler looking to substitute early. Well, he's going to bring Sonja Tate in for Shannon Johnson. And now, officially, Tanya Edwards moves to the point in this lineup.
Foul is on Taj McWilliams. It is the team's second. Edwards strong to the hole.
How about the ball fake? The ball fake on the move to the hoop was what created the open lane to the basket.
The 28-year-old out of Flint, Michigan has 8 of her team's 13 points. Rage trying to get it inside, and June Courteau blows the whistle. We've got a Quest foul.
Look at Tanya Edwards throw the ball fake right in there that gets McWilliams leaning just a little bit to her left. That creates the open angle for Edwards to finish off the glass. And Edwards is red hot from the floor for Columbus right now. 3 for 3, counting 2 3-pointers.
Foul is on Nikki McCray, her first, team's third. And what a delight it was to have Calvin Hill, Grant Hill's dad, in attendance at Richmond, Virginia to watch Nikki McCray. So he was very impressed by the play of the ABL. Dawn Staley, her first 2 points of the game. Staley was red hot in Game 4, 21 points, and Lisa Boyer said she'd like to see more of the same in Game 5.
Dawn Staley loves to score, but she likes to get her teammates involved more than score points.
Sabra on the boards. Said she's had to learn to be more physical. Staley over to Goodenbauer. Goodenbauer doesn't get the roll. Valerie Still with the rebound.
Now, Dawn Staley had that 15-footer, but there's an example of the prototypical point guard. She knows Molly Goodenbauer is a better shooter from the floor, so she gives it up for Molly to take the 15-footer instead of Dawn taking it, even though Molly missed it.
McCray guarded by one of the league's best defenders in Adrian Goodson. Sonja Tate from the outside. Goodson with the rebound. Here's Staley. Staley's got a one-on-one against Katie Smith. Gives it to McWilliams, and McWilliams is fouled. The Richmond Rage love to run, especially led by Dawn Staley.
Well, Dawn's going to push it at every opportunity. Turnovers, long rebounds, any chance she gets, she's going to jet down the other way. Look at, she occupies Katie Smith just enough to feed that pass into McWilliams, and on the trail, Val Still picks up the foul.
Foul is on Valerie Still, her first, team's fourth. That sends Taj McWilliams to the line. And we've got a break in the action. Battelle Hall is jumping out of their seats. The Columbus Quest lead the Richmond Rage 13-8, 4:26 left in the first quarter.
This is for the first woman who ever left her fear behind. The first woman who had time to walk, but ran there just the same.
This is for the first woman who said, I can kick this. I can stop that. The first woman who ever formed a team.
As a proud sponsor of the American Basketball League, Lady Foot Locker salutes all the players in this, their first groundbreaking season. This is for the first woman to take a stand. The first woman whose footsteps we all follow.
I play for the Atlanta Glory basketball team. My name is Sadia Roundtree.
Out of Anderson, South Carolina, number 10, Sonny Roundtree.
I love it.
I think Sawyer took basketball to another level. Now, every day we saw her play, we saw something different. She just did things that you don't see people do.
I have my own style, you know what I'm saying? I have my own moves. When I step foot on the court, it's like my heart is beating so fast.
Oh, my.
You know, I can't control it. You know, I want people in the stands to feel what I feel. I'm going to give you your money's worth. Man.
Good Lord!
This is an important year for women. We're here to give everything we have to show people that women can play on a professional level. We have dreams also. Glory, 1, 2, 3, glory! You know, these kids are watching me. It's like, hey, you know, I want to be like her. They clap for you, know, that clapping just makes me want to, you know, it drives me to do well, and it drives me to play well and to work hard. Man, it's like, whoo, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to change all the rules of this game. Who knows? I might change your mind. And then again, I might change your world. Good.
One of these players at tonight's game going to be driving home in a new car because our sponsor, Nissan Motor Corporation, will be giving the most valuable player of this ABL Championship Series a new 1997 Altima. The winner will be chosen by a blue ribbon panel of sports media personnel and presented with the keys to her new car at the conclusion of the series. Columbus Quest with the basketball out of bounds, and it's going to go with the Richmond Rage. Lisa Boyer said it's important we come out strong. The Columbus Quest are a strong first half team. Admittedly, Lisa Boyer said she is stronger in the second half. She wants to stay toe-to-toe with the Columbus Quest. When you've got to on the road, that's pivotal in a game like this. You got to take care of the basketball. There's Taj McWilliams exhibiting her strength down on the baseline. Nobody stepped on the baseline and cut it off. She took it all the way underneath the basket. Used her body so well. We're going to take another look at this at 6'3". When you can put the ball on the floor like this, still does not have a chance to get in front, and she's just trying to body her. McWilliams just uses her body well. Nikki McCray to Katie Smith. Good ball movement. Edwards on the turnaround. Edwards gets the rebound. Smith thought about it. Edwards guarded by Molly Goodenbauer. We saw this mismatch in Game 4. Edwards has about 4 inches on Goodenbauer. Still, kicks it out to Johnson for 3. Shannon Johnson, the ABL's best three-point shooter during the course of the regular season, has been struggling a little bit in the playoffs, but you can't give her that much time from beyond the arc. She'll nail it. She had 14 points in Games 1 and 4. Games 2 and 3, she had 3 and 2 respectively. Marta Sobral. We've seen her launch a couple of them, Debbie Antonelli. Lisa Boyer said shot selection is so important for the Richmond Rage. And Marta's going to shoot a lot of threes. That's Marta's game. You know, we're not going to see her get down on the blocks very much. We might see her score a couple in transition, but she'll get her points on the free throw line and beyond the arc. And perhaps a frustration foul there by Marta. She picks up her first personal foul. Team's third. Edwards guarded by Staley. McCray puts it on the ground. Adrian Goodson. Goodson and Staley. Staley to Molly Goodenbauer. Goodson with the rebound. Goodson again. Adrian Goodson. Her first 2 points. The 1990, check that, 88 graduate of Old Dominion University. Had her high school jersey retired in Bayonne High School. Johnson, backdoor. Great backdoor look. Good communication there between Edwards and Johnson. Goodenbauer did not keep her defensive assignment there. She got lost backdoor. That's an easy bucket that Richmond doesn't want to give up. Staley comes up with the basketball. Dawn Staley, she now has 4. 26-year-old out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, said it was a battle of the wills. This championship was going to go to whoever wanted it more. And Dawn Staley talked about coming off the Olympics, winning a gold medal. She wanted oh so much to win an ABL World Championship. She said, I didn't go through 2 seasons not to win. 2 full seasons back-to-back, meaning exactly what you described, Tracy, the Olympics and then this. That's a lot of basketball for Dawn Staley and Nikki McCray of the Columbus Quest. Rahima Stevens checks in for the Richmond Rage. Andrea Lloyd, a former starter for the Columbus Quest. has checked in for Columbus. Now, this is the lineup I like when Richmond has Rahima Stevens on the floor. I think defensively she adds a lot more to the Richmond defense, and then offensively she doesn't take bad shots. She gets on the glass and she'll mix it up a little bit more than Marta Sobral. Edwards in traffic. Edwards just runs down a couple of Richmond Rage, and Richmond going to pick up the foul. Adrian Goodson could not get in front, so all she did was make a foul to stop Edwards from scoring in transition. See her slap right there at the basketball and give her the bump. Rather give up the foul than the easy deuce. That is Goodson's first foul, team fourth. Andrea Lloyd was a starter in the regular season, 36 of 40 games, but knee problems have forced her to a reserve role. Andrea Lloyd had cortisone shots for the Columbus Quest. There she is defending Taj McWilliams, and McWilliams goes right over Andrea Lloyd. How tough is that bucket right there? Taj McWilliams so strong down low. She causes a lot of matchup problems. Johnson finds Lloyd, kicks it back out to McCray. Underneath Johnson, and Johnson, jump ball situation, says Patty Broderick. Possession arrow, Richmond. There is about an 8-second differential between the quarter clock and the shot clock right here. So Columbus will get the ball back after this Richmond possession. Rahima Stevens played at UCLA, a standout. Dawn Staley. Shot clock is at 5. Tries to force it inside to Goodenbauer. We've got a whistle and a foul. Both teams fouling quite a bit here in the early going. Might be partly nerves, might be partly what we talked about in terms of possession of the basketball. Dawn Staley trying to force things inside to Goodenbauer, who was not open. Good anticipation in the passing lane by Johnson. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Edwards looking for a clear shot. Katie Smith. Rebound, Lloyd. Andrea Lloyd. Oh, my. Lloyd comes in off the bench and makes her presence known for the Columbus Quest. The final 2 points of the first quarter in the ABL Championship will send the Quest into the break with a 20-17 lead at the end of one.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the...
Myrtle Beach, #1 for golf and family vacations. Call Myrtle Beach Jet Express at 1-800-FUN-TUCSON and fly nonstop jet service from New York to Myrtle Beach from only $79. Myrtle Beach, perfect for your family vacation. Great golf and some of the biggest names in entertainment. We even make it easy to visit Myrtle Beach with great vacation packages from only $199. Only on Myrtle Beach Jet Express. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON today.
Once in a while, if you wait long enough, you get to see this or this. But why wait when you can have bunches of crunches? Hot on the heels of Choice Mark's Smash Hit Sports Video Series comes the Amazing Sports Video Collection. All new and only from Choice Mark. 5 tapes, hours of entertainment, just $19.95. They even poke fun at superstars like Deion Sanders and Sir Charles Barkley. Call now. These are some bone-crunching, hair-raising, side-splitting bloopers most never before seen on TV. They'll make you laugh. They'll make you cringe. You'll get amazing hits, KOs, and crunches, funniest basketball bloopers, funniest sports bloopers, the lighter side of sports, and the amazing Superstar Sports Quiz. 5 hard-hitting videos for only $19.95 with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't wait. You'll only be hurting yourself.
Call 1-800-207-5858 to get the Amazing Sports Videos Collection. 5 videos, just $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping. Makes a great gift. Call now.
Aetna U.S. Healthcare salutes all the medical providers who stand by us from the darkest of nights to the brightest of tomorrows. Aetna U.S. Healthcare, raising the quality of healthcare in America.
Oh, we're going to play the same way we've played since the beginning of the year. We shoot more shots per game than any team in the NBA. I mean, we play fast. We didn't make many shots before. We're starting to make shots. And if we shoot the ball well at the number of shots we take per game, we're going to beat a lot of teams.
The kind of coach that he is, he allows you to play with freedom. So when you're on the court and you have an open shot, he's going to get mad at you because you don't take it. So it's not his fault that you don't get the shot. It's your fault for not taking it.
The Columbus Quest take a 20-17 lead into quarter number 2 for the ABL championship game. Columbus will inbound the basketball. Tanya Edwards now running the point for the Quest. Brian Agler said a couple keys to his team getting out to a quick start. As you take a look at the rebounding situation.
A couple things he talked about, Tracy. First of all, after the basket right there by Columbus, is they needed to work hard on defense. I really think they're doing that. They're making Richmond work hard for their points. They've got to eliminate turnovers. They're not doing as good a job as Brian would probably like. They've got 6 in the first quarter. And they've got to stop Richmond's transition. I think they've done a pretty fair job of that. And on the other hand, Richmond, what they wanted to do was get Taj on the blocks, and they've been doing that pretty well in the first quarter.
Edwards has a 1-on-2. Tanya Edwards, basket and a foul.
I tell you what, this crowd is unbelievable tonight. The first sellout for the Quest. We've talked about attendance across the league and how it's been building. Well, this crowd is as loud as any place we've been. Take another look at it right here. Defense creating offense for Columbus, and when they can get some turnovers, they're going to turn it into transition points the other way. Tanya Edwards can handle the contact and get it on the glass and make the free throw for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
11 points for the graduate of the University of Tennessee, Tanya Edwards. Dawn Staley with an answer.
And in typical Dawn Staley fashion, when she senses her team needs her to score, she looks to step up. If she needs to distribute, she knows when to do that. She has such great feel for tempo and knows her teammates and her personnel very well.
McCray again goes to her left. McCray out of bounds. Interesting to see the matchup. Adrian Goodson on Nikki McCray. At the other end, it's McCray on Goodson. McCray keeps going to her left now. They say 13th meeting, there aren't many surprises between these two.
You know, Tracy, I think that matchup is a total wash. Those two players are so good, they're going to get theirs. And you got to worry about other matchups on the floor like this one right here. Val still inside on McWilliams, which is a key matchup. And I think the defensive assignment on Edwards has become very important in this game because of the way she started out.
Edwards is 5'10". Molly Goodenbauer, who's guarding her, 5'6". Molly Goodenbauer, a lesson in persistence. Brian Agler really says hats off to Molly Goodenbauer. She hung in there, was not in the starting lineup. The Stanford grad worked her way into Lisa Boyer's starting lineup about mid-season. Edwards with the steal. Tanya Edwards. Ho-ho, my! Tanya Edwards, 13 of her team's 27 points, as the Quest now raced out to a 27-19 lead.
Brian Agler talked about how he sold his club on defense early in the season, and that has been the difference in this first half. Tanya Edwards just finishing. These are the easy buckets that Lisa Boyer does not want her club giving up. But they've got to take better care of the basketball at the other end of the floor to eliminate Columbus's transition buckets, because most of their transition hasn't come after Richmond scored. It's come after turnovers and long rebounds. And Richmond's got to do a better job of eliminating that from Columbus.
Offensively in Game 4, we saw Dawn Staley take control from the onset. Dawn, 6 points thus far in the first quarter. Who would you like to see for Richmond? They're having a difficult time getting it inside to their big girl, Taj McWilliams.
Well, I think they've got to loosen it up from the outside. You know, Lisa Boyer always talks about getting Goodenbauer off to a good start. Well, she's not been able to score in this game. Dawn Staley, I think, may need to step it up offensively. She has the strongest will to win of any player I've ever been around, and there's no doubt in my mind that when they need a bucket, they're going to look to get the ball to Dawn. Now, Dawn handles it most of the time. She's got the ball in her hands 70% of the offense, so that's a player that I think is going to step up here. Trailing by 8 Lisa Boyer does the wise thing calling a timeout because she cannot afford to let Columbus get out too far on a run. And Richmond really can control their own destiny. It's in their hands. They're not taking care of the basketball, and that's allowing Columbus to get out in the passing lanes and extend their defense. The best way to play against an over-aggressive, gambling defense, which Columbus is doing right now, is to pass the basketball, and Richmond's got to do a better job.
And there you see Annette, the Richmond Rage mascot, paid her own way to come to Columbus on an 8-hour bus trip. You saw some of the Richmond Rage fans. They got in about 2 hours before game time. They love the Richmond Rage. They love ABL basketball. Right after the game, they'll hop on a bus and take that 8-hour journey back to Richmond, Virginia. We're at a sold-out crowd in Battelle Hall for the ABL Championship. The winner tonight wins the first ever ABL World Championship trophy. Tracy Warren along with Debbie Antonelli, happy to have you along. Richmond Rage with the basketball. Dawn Staley, 1996 U.S. Olympic gold medalist. Turnover, Richmond. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Tracy. Richmond's got to eliminate. That's kind of an unforced turnover right there, and that's feeding right into Columbus's hands. Dina Evans is checked into the basketball game to spell Molly Goodenbauer for the Richmond Rage. Valerie Still. Johnson guarded by Evans. Johnson goes left, goes right. Basket and a foul.
Dina Evans has not gotten very much playing time in this playoffs, but obviously Lisa Boyer wants to get her some PT early in this game. There you see the foul, but how strong is Shannon Johnson to continue to get the ball up on the glass and to score the bucket? Now Columbus has a 10-point lead, and Johnson has a chance on the line to extend it.
Shannon Johnson, a 78% free throw shooter now with 11 points. 30-19, 7:22 left in the first half. Richmond needs to put together some offense. Staley takes control. The guard out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when she wants to put her nose to the grindstone, when she wants to score, she certainly is effective. Johnson again, guarded by Evans. Stevens on Smith. Still from the outside. Valerie Still.
Val Still's got some range now. She's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc in the playoffs. She's not afraid to take that shot. Everyone for Columbus has the green light. And right now, Richmond's got to regroup. They've got to get something going right here offensively.
Valerie Still, Kentucky's all-time leading scorer, male or female, a total of 2,763 points, better than 1,500 rebounds. Take a look at the field goals this quarter. Richmond few and far between pulling the trigger. Goodson trying to get involved in the offense. Staley, Dawn Staley. The 1994 USA Basketball Female Athlete of the Year told her teammates she wasn't going to go home a loser tonight. McCray, guarded by Goodson. Spin move stolen. Here comes Adrian Goodson. Adrian Goodson. And Richmond has managed to put back-to-back buckets together and cut the Columbus lead to 7.
His team's starting to fall apart a little bit offensively. Great steal and transition bucket by Richmond. That cuts it to 7 after being down by 11. And they're starting to come back a little bit. Good timeout by Brian Agler to get his club regrouped.
The telecast of this game is the exclusive property of the American Basketball League and may not be reproduced, retelecast, retransmitted, sold, or otherwise used, domestically or internationally, without the express written permission of the American Basketball League. We talked about the many talents of many of these athletes, Debbie. How about Nikki McCray and the national anthem?
Nikki McCray has sung the national anthem in college, I know, but this is the first time that I'm aware of at a that Columbus Quest game that she sang, and she must have saved the best for last.
Nikki McRae sang the national anthem before tonight's championship game. Said she wants to get a recording contract somewhere down the line. She's only 22 years old, set to be married this summer. She's got a full life ahead of her. Whistle inside, says Wesley Dean. We've got a pushing foul.
The Columbus knows they can't allow McWilliams to get down on the block, so all Val still is trying to do is jam her up high, keep her up high, make her shoot over her. Down on the blocks, they want to front. Up at 15 feet, they want to play behind. And Val is just a physical player inside. She picks up the foul. McWilliams is no easy match inside, though.
Taj McWilliams, 15 points, 13 rebounds in Game 4. It was the first game of the championship series that she fouled out. Lisa Boyer says Taj McWilliams has really been pushed out of position underneath, trying to get position on the low blocks, but really fighting the battle of the elbows in the paint. 8 points for Taj McWilliams. The Quest lead is at 5. Smith, guarded by Etta Mae Tubby. Still on the ground, Katie Smith. Goodson with the rebound. Mae Tubby.
Richmond on a run of their own right here, Tracy. This bucket right here could be big, or this possession is important. Columbus been stuck on 32 for a while.
Shot clock is at 7. Staley, crossover in traffic. Fight for the basketball. McWilliams traveling. At what point does Richmond say you held the ball too long? They're trying to get an offensive flow. Dawn Staley holds on to the basketball and decides to take it herself. We got a timeout in the action. The Columbus Quest leads 32-27, 4:52 left.
Most of us pay a lot more attention to our physical selves than we do to our fiscal selves. But the truth is, if we want to enjoy every stage of our lives, we need fiscal fitness as much as we need physical fitness. At the Phoenix, we can help you put together the right balance of insurance and investments to stay in good financial shape for a lifetime. Phoenix, insurance and investments.
Trust. Gary Cavalli in the middle, Steve Hams to his right, and Cribbs to his left. They are the co-founders of the very successful ABL, and they are happy to see the inaugural ABL World Championship. Talking about plans for an expansion, talking about increased sponsorship. They're now selling the operating rights to teams, and they said the interest has really taken off in ABL women's professional basketball. A technical foul called. The battle is heating up. Tempers are flaring. Bodies are being
technical. That will be 2 personals for her, and that puts Richmond over the limit. So not only is Katie Smith going to go to the line, but they're going to get possession of the basketball as well. This could be a big swing for the Quest.
Not to mention Katie Smith is a perfect 14 of 14 in this ABL World Championship Series. Coming into today's game from the line, Katie Smith, an 82% free throw shooter.
Etta Maytoby's first minutes in the playoff result in 2 fouls and could be a crucial swing for Richmond right when they were getting ready to make a move offensively where they had gone a 6-0 run after trailing by 11.
Katie Smith, perfect from the line. The graduate of Ohio State University, doing the job. 4 of 4.
Not only is it 4 points, Tracy, but possession of the ball, just like we described it before. Big swing, and it got this crowd back in it as well.
The Columbus Quest lead has jumped to 9. 4:24 left in the first half. The winner tonight, the first ever ABL World Champion, Valerie Still. Shot clock is at 5. Still in traffic. Double dribble, turnover.
Well, the 2 personal fouls, the foul off the ball and the technical, resulted in a 4-point swing for Columbus to get their lead back to 9. That could be very crucial in the second half when we start talking about possession of the basketball.
Offensively, Lisa Boyer said spacing was key. Her team needed to be patient on offense.
They have to be able to have good spacing. They're so good off the dribble, and Adrian Goodson right there. You've got to respect her perimeter ability, but you've got to be more fearful of her ability to put the ball on the floor.
Traveling Katie Smith. Katie Smith said she was going to look to score more going into Game 4. The result, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 17 of those points in the first half. Said it was going to be more of the same for Game 5. Dawn Stanley, Dina Evans, Etta Maytoby, Taj McWilliams, and Adrian Goodson for the Rage. Staley strong to the hole. Basket and a foul.
You asked me before who I thought would step up. Dawn Staley is who I answered, and that's exactly what has happened. Dawn Staley will this team to win. She will put this team on her back, and she will carry it and do whatever she needs to do to get them in a position to be victorious. Dawn Staley is so quick to the basket, has the ability to put the ball on the floor, can score from anywhere on the basketball court.
The Quest lead is at 5. Johnson guarded by Evans. McCray guarded by Goodson. Johnson underneath to Still. Still in traffic. Good defense by the Richmond Rage. Goodson pointing the finger underneath to McWilliams on the ground. Kicks it back out to Evans and a Maytoby.
Richmond just continues to allow this crowd creep back into it. As loud as they are, they've had a chance to really silence them. They've got to take care of the basketball.
Nikki McCray to Still. Shot clock is at 4. Edwards at 2, at 1. Katie Smith with the rebound. Dribbles, puts it back up. Katie Smith!
How about that versatility? Asked to play in the post. Okay, I'll do it. Anything I can do to help this team win, I'll do it. That's the kind of team player Katie Smith is.
You called her the unsung hero.
I just think she does all the little things, Tracy. Her numbers are good, but it's all the things she does to help the offense by screening and creating off the basketball.
And Dawn Staley is going to be whistled for her first personal foul, a reaching foul against Nikki McCray. McCray averaged 30 points a game in the semifinal wins over San Jose, 2 straight, doing her patented spin move.
What a great matchup that is. Dawn Staley was reading it the whole way, and she was just trying to get a piece of the basketball. But Nikki McCray is so good she's MVP of this league.
Valerie Still takes a breather. Andrea Lloyd checks back into the game. McCray 0 of 5 from field goal land. She had the hot hand, as you were mentioning, in the semifinal wins over San Jose. 35 points in the first game, a 94-69 win against the Lasers. 25 points in game 2.
Nikki McCray isn't scoring as much as she has during the season, but she's rebounding, she's taking care of the basketball, and she's got an awful lot of steals.
Rahima Stevens from outside. McCray, as you had mentioned, Debbie, crashing the boards. McCray, great in the open court. Nancy McCray!
She is fantastic, Tracy. I don't know how you describe her ability in the open floor. And there's another Richmond turnover. Great hustle defense by the Columbus Quest. And Brian Adler wants a timeout. Nikki McCray gets it off the glass, and she is gone. She's reverse dribble. She'll switch hands. She'll slice between the defense right here. She did a little bit of everything in the open floor.
Nikki McCray, the ABL Player of the Year, an All-Star, an All-First Team, All-ABL. She said it's been on a whirlwind. She played for the 1996 U.S. Olympic gold medal team. Prior to that, she graduated from the University of Tennessee in 1995, where she was named the team's best defender. And somewhere along the line, it went from defense to offense, and Nikki McCray has taken the ABL by storm.
You know, I've asked Nikki several times, Nikki, you're not all D. People think all you do is play D. She said, I've worked really hard on my perimeter game. I've worked hard on my shot, and I'm happy to be a part of this team and this franchise because I really believe in the concept that Brian Adler has put together, and he has sold them all on defense. Well, you've got Nikki McCray and Tanya Evans. I think they know a little bit about defense coming from the University of Tennessee. Katie Smith knows a little bit about defense.
Okay, Deb, you're from Ohio. What exactly is that on top of the Columbus Quest fans' head?
Well, it could be called a bad hair day, but I think it's the Quest Nest.
The Quest Nest.
I think that's what
Explain that to
They call this the Quest Nest here. This is the Quest
Nest. The Quest Nest. Get your Quest Nest hats only at Battelle Hall in Columbus, Ohio.
I think those are people having a lot of fun is what I think. And this place is just unbelievable how loud it is in here and how energized this crowd is over the play of both teams, because Richmond's really got a good group that follow them here to Columbus for Game 5 as well.
Take a look at field goal shooting. Both teams about 50% or better. 11-point lead for the Columbus Quest. We've got a minute and a half left to go in the first half. Katie Smith guarded by Rahima Stevens. Smith puts her shoulder down. We've got a whistle before the shot. Foul is going to go on Rahima Stevens, her first personal foul. Both teams in a bonus.
Stevens reaches in right there. Good call by the official. That was on the floor. No continuation there. Another angle. Katie Smith definitely was not in the act of shooting when that foul was committed.
Katie Smith missed her first free throw of this ABL championship. Stevens over to Evans. A misconnection. Lisa Boyer said she was going to substitute frequently, and perhaps that substitution maybe takes out a little bit out of the chemistry on offense.
Somebody that we didn't expect to see early in this game, and then Dina Evans is someone that has gotten a little bit of spot time, but normally late in the second half.
Staley kicks it out. Traveling violation. Substitution for Brian Agler's Columbus Quest. Andrea Lloyd checks back out of the game. Shannon Johnson back in. Katie Smith will inbound the basketball, the Big Ten's all-time leading scorer. Edwards. Picked up by Stevens. Out to McCray. Spin move. Still fighting for the rebound. McCray comes up with the basketball. Fight on the ground. Still and McWilliams jump ball situation. Possession arrow with the Richmond Rage. Richmond in the semifinals, 2 straight over the Colorado Explosion, 80-77, 82-66. Adrian Goodson led the team in scoring on both of those games. Goodson to Evans. Evans for 3. Staley with the rebound. Dish inside. Lisa Boyer said sometimes the Richmond Rage never know what to expect from Dawn Staley. She's thinking 2 steps ahead. She sees the floor so well, and that time she caught her team unexpecting her pass. Brian Agler calls a timeout, 42-31, with 27 seconds left in the first half.
Tracy, I think this is a good timeout right here. Columbus needs to take advantage of it. Certainly, they're concerned about Richmond coming back and making a run, and Richmond has really not been able to put things together in the first half offensively due to their turnovers. Both teams shooting the ball well from the floor, as you would expect in a championship environment like this, but Richmond's got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, because what their turnovers have done has led to transition points for the Columbus Crest.
Debbie, we talked about the balanced scoring of the Columbus Quest. Tanya Edwards came out hot. She has 13. Shannon Johnson has 11. Katie Smith has chipped in 8. Again, the offensive might really makes it hard to defend the Columbus Quest.
Well, balance has been the story for Columbus all season long, but for Richmond, the same thing. They've got 5 starters that averaged in double figures during the course of the regular season. So, you know, it's championship time. This is it. You never know who's going to step up and make the big play, but both teams definitely battling hard out there, and it's been physical away from the basketball, and I really like the way the officials have let them play a little bit off the ball, because you can't call everything in a game like this.
Attendance outstanding here at Battelle Hall in Columbus, Ohio. A sold-out crowd for the first time this season. Attendance up 40% above projections throughout the ABL in the month of February. Columbus out-rebounding Richmond thanks to Val Still. She's chipped in 7. 21 seconds now left in the first half. The Quest trying to run the play and run off the clock. Johnson guarded by Evans. Johnson double teamed to Smith. Turnover. McWilliams to Goodson. Goodson and McCray. Nikki McCray puts up the shot. No! The Columbus Quest put together a charge in quarter number 2 and have raced out to an 11-point halftime lead. 42-31. The Columbus Quest are going into halftime. Let's send it to Debbie Antonelli, who is with Quest head coach Brian Agler. Debbie.
Hey, thanks a lot, Tracy. Brian, it's been a game of runs. It looks like defensively has been the story for your club this first half.
We've done some good things defensively. We're not playing our best game mentally, though. That whole last 15 seconds was something we weren't looking for. We wanted to get a little bit more sharp. We're going to call another timeout and run something, but those are the kind of things we got to do. I mean, if we're going to win a championship, we got to be into it mentally.
In a game like this, how crucial is possession of the basketball? You've seen Richmond turn it over quite a bit, and their turnovers have led to transition buckets for you, and that plays right into your game plan.
It does, but we can't give them at the other end.
Okay, good luck in the second half. Hey, Tracy, back to you.
Okay, Debbie, thank you very much. Brian Agler, perhaps 20 minutes away from the first ever ABL World Championship. We're at halftime. The Columbus Quest lead, 42-31. Stay with us.
Right now, 39,000 people are soaking up the sun in Miami. Pan Am can take you there from $89. A meal on every flight, every day. From $89, we'll also bring you back.
Harold, what are you staring at?
Nothing.
On Pan Am, you won't get burned.
Let me tell you about how UC lending kept us from drowning in debt. We owed a few people some money.
They had a lot of bills.
We couldn't get a loan to pay off our bills because of our credit history.
Oh, yes, they could.
My sister told me to call UC Lending. They put us in touch with this nice guy named Barry.
I thought his name was Larry.
Barry.
You would have thought he wanted us to get the money more than we did. He even came out to our house.
I was just doing my job.
He helped us put all our bills on one payment and saved us $300 a month. $300 a month. He even helped us pay for this.
Just what she said.
We were so happy with UC Lending, we told a few friends.
If you own your home, call UC Lending now, and let's see what we can do for you.
We could not deny the RAV4 our top ranking.
The RAV4 breaks expected molds.
The RAV4 rides a great deal better than many a sedan.
Handling in both RAV4 models is excellent.
The all-new RAV4 recreational activity vehicle starts at only $15,118. Maybe we should start calling it the Rave 4.
Driving it is great fun.
Situation there where they're just trying to get people excited in Hartford about their hockey club. And if you look at their lineup, they're a very strong team. They started out great this year. They're another club that has a pretty solid nucleus, and let's hope that the hockey can survive in Hartford.
They're well balanced. Hartford does very good goaltending. The addition of Primo brings a lot to that team. They have good guys up front that they could put the puck in the net. It's a team that you have to look for.
We're at halftime at the ABL World Championship in Columbus, Ohio. The Columbus Quest lead the Richmond Rage 42-31. Columbus Quest, ironically, have had the weak quarter in the second quarter, all ABL championship. They managed to outscore Richmond 22-15 in that second quarter, so it's really a feather in their cap to come out strong in that second quarter.
You know, Tracy, I attribute it all to defense. It's been the story of the whole season for the Quest when their defense is up, their offense is going, and Nikki McCrae has been the player all season long that has set the tone at both ends of the floor. She rebounds, she turns it into transition buckets the other way. Nikki McCrae is having a great floor game in the first half. It's not all about points for her. She's really stepped up other parts of her game, like rebounding and pushing the ball up the floor.
Now, offensively for the Richmond Rage, Marta Sobral relatively quiet. Molly Goodenbauer yet to score. What needs to happen offensively for the Rage?
Well, Dawn Staley's doing the best she can to involve people in the offense, and Dawn is helping them get good looks. They're just not knocking them down. You know, I really think Richmond is a stronger team when Rahima Stevens is on the floor for them. You notice Marta played a lot the first quarter, but really didn't see any action the second quarter because of the tempo of this game really favors the more physical nature of Rahima Stevens on the floor for Richmond. Taj McWilliams has got to be a force down low. They've got to continue to get her the ball.
I know you had a chance to talk to a couple of those players. We'll take a listen to those interviews. We're at halftime at Columbus, Ohio for the ABL World Championship. We're coming back right after this.
Now you can catch the excitement of the American Basketball League by wearing official ABL merchandise. Support your favorite team by wearing comfortable 100% cotton ABL t-shirts, sweatshirts, and caps made by Reebok and other top apparel manufacturers. ABL balls and accessories are also available. You can find ABL merchandise at Lady Foot Locker and other fine stores, or order by phone by calling 888-888-4ABL.
This is for the first woman who ever left her fear behind. The first woman who had time to walk, but ran there just the same.
This is for the first woman who said, I can kick this. I can stop that. The first woman who ever formed a team.
As a proud sponsor of the American Basketball League, Lady Foot Locker salutes all the players in this, their first groundbreaking season. This is for the first woman to take a stand. The first woman whose footsteps we all follow.
I'll take Ralphie for a drive.
Dogs love trucks.
Today's game is brought to you by Nissan, who remind you that life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. And by Reebok, proud to be the founding sponsor of the American Basketball League, founded in 1996 as the premier pro women's basketball league in America.
An 11-point halftime lead for the Columbus Quest. We're at the ABL World Championship at Patel Hall in Columbus, Ohio. The Quest, if they can hold on, are 20 minutes away from the first ever World Championship. You know, some of the greatest players have come out to play in the inaugural ABL World Championship League. 570 players tried out. The 12 best may be on the floor tonight. Our Debbie Antonelli had a chance to talk with a couple of the greats. From the Columbus Quest, Valerie Still, and from the Richmond Rage, Taj McWilliams. Debbie?
Hey, thanks a lot, Tracy. We're here at the half with Valerie Still, the center for the Columbus Quest, and part of the resurgence of the Columbus Quest lately has been the play of Val and your role in what's been happening since you began starting for this team just right before playoffs started.
Well, as everybody knows, the playoffs are a whole different season, and what it's coming down to right now is just experience, I think. Both of the teams are in great shape physically. We both know how each other's going to play the game, so as far as basketball, that's all set. I think right now, and I'm just trying to give the team a little bit of leadership, and that helps out.
You got a tough matchup inside. You got to bang around with Taj McWilliams and some other big bodies in there. How are you holding up physically?
I'm trying to psych her out, you know. I'm using the psychological things against her. Physically, she's just going to push me around, but I'm hoping my experience helps out some there and just being technically sound.
Now, no other United States player has played overseas for 12 years like you have. I mean, you've set the record there, and you kind of set the standard. So what do you think you bring to the American experience now in the game?
Well, actually, I have to say that it's what I'm taking from the league. I just wanted to be a part of this making of history here in the United States, and it was kind of neat having that opportunity, and I'm just glad to be in it right now and in the playoffs, just playing.
Now, Val, you not only have a lot of priorities on the floor, you've got to balance a child off the floor in your family life. How does that work out with your travel and everything else that you do?
Well, I think probably the most difficult part of the year has been just trying to balance that out, you know, being at home, being a mother, being a wife, and then being able to be a professional athlete, too. It's been really tough, but I think finally we've gotten it down, and it's kind of a shame because the season's over now, and Rob and I have finally got into a nice schedule, and Aaron knows what's going on, and it's over right now. And I'm not sure, but I'm pretty positive that this will be my last season.
Another center, another mom, this time for the Richmond Rage, Taj McWilliams. Taj, thanks for taking time and half to join us. Now, let's talk a little bit about how you're able to balance your professional career on the floor and balance the life of motherhood in this very busy traveling league.
Well, it's a little difficult. It takes a lot of support. I have a nanny that lives with us, and she primarily takes care of Michelle while I'm away.
How old is Michelle? And she's in school and everything. She's got a full-time schedule herself.
She's 8 years old. She's a third grader, so it's kind of tough on her at times, but she's been with me the whole time during college, and so she's kind of used to it now.
Not only do you have to battle the big bodies and the pain and take care of your daughter at night, but you also have sports-induced asthma, and you have to constantly worry about taking care of yourself. How have you been able to influence younger people that maybe have the same problem and that are trying to be professional or just regular athletes?
Well, you know, I try to talk to a lot of at-risk females, teenagers in at-risk parts of the city, and just to teach them that you know, having a baby is not as bad as a lot of people make it seem. Even though it's not good for you, you can succeed. Even though you have some problems in your life, you can still succeed. I was told by a lot of people that I should give up on my basketball career, and you know, there was a lot of people there who said, you can do it, and I want to be one of those role models for those young ladies who have dreams and aspirations to do things with their child.
Now, when we ask Adrienne Goodson about you, she says you're unpredictable, that you can turn it on, turn it off on the floor, that you can just absolutely go nuts in the paint when you want to. How do you respond to Adrienne on that?
It's true, no. I think I've been a lot more predictable in this series, and I hope to be unpredictable this evening, the second half. And Adrienne's a lot like me, I believe, and I try to, you know, work in the paint. That's my job. And during the season, they really didn't need me as much. And now, you know, it's a post heaven. And you see Val's playing well, and I'm playing well. So we'll see who's gonna come out tonight.
Well, Taj, thanks for joining us at the half. And Taj McWilliams, I call her the enforcer. She's an ABL All-Star. Back to you, Tracy.
Okay, Debbie Antonelli, thanks very much. Unpredictable. Well, stay tuned. We've got a full one half of the ABL championship left. We will crown a world champion when we come back. 42-31. We're at the break.
What lower round draft pick just might stun the NBA by becoming his team's leading rebounder this year? The Sporting News knows. Do you? What hot goalie will dominate NHL offenses to power his team to a great season? The Sporting News knows. Do you? What surprising rookie sensation could send his team soaring into the Super Bowl? The Sporting News knows, and you can too when you call now to claim your no-cost 4-issue Sporting News mini subscription. Plus, reserve these great sports binoculars free. When it comes to the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NHL, nobody keeps you in the know quite like the Sporting News. What GM's blockbuster trades will turn his pretenders into pennant contenders next season? The Sporting News knows, and now you will too. Call now for your no-cost 4-issue Sporting News mini subscription. If you like it, get 24 more issues, 28 in all, for 4 easy payments of just $4.99. Plus, get these great binoculars free with your paid subscription. Call now.
Aetna U.S. Healthcare salutes all the medical providers who stand by us from the darkest of nights to the brightest of tomorrows. Aetna U.S. Healthcare, raising the quality of healthcare in America.
I'm into tennis.
The Sports Authority has everything for tennis.
I'm into baseball, too.
Everything for baseball, too.
And I play a little golf.
Golf? We got it. Plus your favorite brand names.
See if that feels more natural. Hey, these guys are really into sports, too.
And everyday low prices mean you never wait for a sale.
Hey, I'm always into saving some cash.
The Sports Authority. You've never seen anything quite like it.
Columbus Quest leading the Richmond Rage. It is the 13th meeting of the year between these two teams, but the most important because the winner takes home the first ever World Championship trophy. We have some of the finest players on the court. The Richmond Rage trying to play some tough defense. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Tanya Edwards dish inside to Shannon Johnson, and Edwards decides to keep it herself. Edwards slicing through the lane for 2 of her 13 first half points. The 28-year-old out of Flint, Michigan. And then on the defensive end, Sanja Tate pushes it ahead to Edwards as Edwards runs the break, slices through. No problem for Tanya Edwards. And once again, it is Tanya Edwards on the break. Easy baskets is what Brian Agler wanted to get, and he got a couple of them from Tanya Edwards. On the other end, Dawn Staley. Hard to the hole. The 26-year-old out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, leading the charge for the Richmond Rage. Let's send it down to Debbie Antonelli, who is with Rage head coach Lisa Boyer. Debbie?
Hey, thanks a lot, Tracy. Coach, you know, when you look at the numbers, everything looks pretty tight, yet you trail by 11. What do you need to do to get back in the game?
Well, I think, first of all, we need to stop their penetration. We're giving them some, again, these easy baskets in transition, and we got to put the ball in the basket. I mean, I'm not so sure we're taking the best shots we need to take. We need to get more touches for Taj and get everybody more involved in the offense. But we got to swing that ball, make them play some defense, because we're taking too quick of shots right now.
Coach, good luck in the second half. Tracy, back to you. I think Lisa Boyer's got the right game plan set for the second half.
Touches for Taj, she says. Get more touches for Taj McWilliams. Take a look at some first half stats. Field goal percentage shooting about even for the first half. Free throws halfway decent for both sides, but look at that three-point field goal shooting for the Rage. They are ice cold from outside. Leading scorers for the first half, Dawn Staley, the 26-year-old out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, leads the Rage with 12. Tanya Edwards and Shannon Johnson in double figures for the Columbus Quest. Molly Goodenbauer really the only player in foul trouble right now. She leads Richmond with 3 personal fouls. More touches for Taj is what Lisa Boyer says. Obviously, she wants to get the inside game going.
She's got to establish the low block, Tracy. It's important that early in the first quarter they went to McWilliams. They've got to go back to her. It was effective early on. And Marta Sobral will come back in the lineup, which I'm really sort of surprised about. I thought for sure Rahima Stevens was going to come back in knowing that they were down by 11 and needed the physical presence on the blocks.
Lisa Boyer says the Rage is a second half team. Nikki McCray has something to say about it. McCray now with 6 points. Inside quickly go the Rage. Try to get Taj those touches. She has 2 now. McWilliams. Rebound, Valerie Still.
What Columbus needs to do offensively, they've got to stay aggressive. You can't relax with a Dawn Staley on the floor. Richmond's got enough tools offensively to get back in the game.
Edwards so wide open. Hit the side of the backboard. Staley sees daylight, puts her head down, traveling violation.
Dawn feeling like there's some contact there, and she didn't want the traveling call, looking for the foul.
44-31. Brian Agler, when you talked to him, Debbie, didn't really seem content with his 11-point halftime lead.
Well, you know he can't feel comfortable with it based on the skill level of the Richmond offensive team, because they can come back. They've come back before.
Johnson, shot clock is at 16. Katie Smith guarded by Marta Sobral. Smith.
Katie Smith getting on track offensively. She had 8 points in the first half. Gets her double figures. It's important for Katie's presence to be on the floor out of foul trouble.
Goodenbauer. Ahead, Smith to Johnson, knocked out of bounds. Williams, they say, is playing in her best playing shape ever. She's lost 20 pounds. You talked to her about the sports-induced asthma at the half, and Debbie, she really seems to be able to play longer in better condition.
It's important when you've got your weight at a manageable level and you're going to play this kind of up-tempo style that Richmond plays. She fits perfect on the low block for them.
Sobral with the rebound. Staley ahead to Goodson. Goodson great in the open court. Stopped by McCray. Turnaround. Goodson. Rebound. Johnson.
Lisa Boyer talked about spacing.
Johnson to McCray.
Lisa Boyer talked about spacing, Tracy, and they're taking a lot of quick shots early here in this third quarter. The great tip-in by Goodson on the follow-through.
Goodson now with 8 points in the game. Cold shooting, it was the problem of the Columbus Quest. in Game 3. They rectified it in Game 4. Better looks at the basket was Brian Agler's motto. We need to get better looks at the basket. Here comes Richmond. Goodenbauer can't get it to go.
And those are the kind of buckets Lisa Bohr is talking about need to fall.
Blocking foul, Dawn Staley.
You can just sense things are not going Richmond's way right here. They're missing some easy buckets. They're not getting any defensive stops. Here's a look again at the foul. Shannon Johnson just bangs right in to Dawn Staley. She's looking for the travel.
Smith for 3. Richmond said part of their problem in Game 4, they couldn't find an offensive flow. It looks right here, Debbie Antonelli, coming out of the second half, still can't quite get it together.
Well, they're struggling right here, and this is the best offensive possession they've had in a while, but they missed the easy bucket. Richmond's got to get spacing. They've got to make a couple passes in their offense. They've got to make Columbus work at the defensive end.
Smith, tipped from behind, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Columbus Quest.
Katie Smith right there, one too many dribbles. She had one dribble on the pull-up at the elbow, but Marta Sobral, those long arms, was able to deflect from behind.
Katie Smith was the star of Game 4, 25 points, 5 rebounds. She had 17 in the first half. McRae, the ABL Player of the Year. Smith, an ABL All-Star. McRae, tipped from behind by Staley. Goodson with the rebound.
And Nikki McRae had a couple options there besides taking it up against McWilliams.
And we've got a blocking foul by Shannon Johnson. That was just grit and determination by Dawn Staley. Take another look at that play if we have it. Staley puts her shoulder down, puts her elbow out, and gets Johnson to foul her.
She splits the defense, still gets it up on the glass. I think Dawn is a stronger finisher than that in transition. That foul wasn't strong enough to really bother Dawn Staley. She just didn't finish. So she'll get to go to the free throw line. Now here's what we talked about, the free throw line becoming important for Richmond. They trail by 15. They've got to start converting some buckets. When they can't, they've got to be aggressive with the basketball and get to the line. They have the edge in free throw shooting in the playoff series against Columbus. They've got to continue to try to exploit that.
Staley now with 14 points, a graduate of University of Virginia, never won an NCAA championship. She's been to 3 Final Fours, but never got the gold trophy. Smith, good spot underneath to Still, out of bounds.
Great look, but great help side by Adrian Goodson. Came all the way from opposite baseline to make the block and contest Val Still. Right here, Val, a pump fake. She would have gotten Goodson in the air. Big time block by Goodson with the left hand.
Andrea Lloyd, about a 2-minute stint. She is back out of the game. Nikki McRae back in for the Quest. Staley kicks it back out to Sobral. Sobral!
Nikki McRae wisely pulling it out. Numbers not there, even off the long rebound. That's the kind of transition defense Boyer wants.
Katie Smith for 2.
Is it me, or does it seem to be a little louder in this building when Katie knocks down a bucket?
Well, when you're a graduate of Ohio State University, hometown of Logan, Ohio, have your family in the crowd. Katie, a hometown favorite. Said it was a great decision to come to the Columbus Quest, and what would be one better is to win an ABL World Championship.
I asked her to compare the NCAA championship game in '93 and this. She said you really can't compare them. They're really at 2 different levels right now. And I don't know what either one feels like because I haven't done either one yet. And won't do the college one, obviously. But Katie Smith, as good as her career has been over the years, she has never finished the season at any level with a win. State, in high school, college, and here's her opportunity her first year as a pro.
Still to Smith. Smith guarded by Sobral. McRae guarded by Goodson. And Brian Agler wants to talk some things over. He calls a timeout. Brian is very emphatic. When he sets up a play, he wants his team to follow it to a T. He mentioned that in the break, and here with 7 seconds left on the shot clock, he calls a timeout.
When he can sense that his club is getting a little tentative, Tracy, that's when he wants to make the correction now. He doesn't want to continue to let them play tentatively on the offensive end. He demands a certain level of work ethic on the floor from his club, and if he doesn't get it, he's going to correct it right away.
The city of Columbus is really taken to Columbus Quest on February 24th after the team won in the semifinals against San Jose. The team had a town celebration down at City Hall. They had a greeting for the team. The mayor honored the team, the Columbus Quest, and the fans have come out to really support women's professional basketball in the city of Columbus, Ohio. Columbus will inbound the basketball with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson finds Smith, tries to dish it to McRae, picked up. Staley, all alone. Dawn Staley for 2. Well, Dawn Staley is doing the most work offensively for the Richmond Rage. She has 16 of her team's 37 points so far.
You know, and if you ask Dawn, she said, I'd rather not have to score that much. I want to get my teammates involved.
Smith to Johnson. Thought about dish inside to McRae.
That's the kind of ball movement and aggressiveness Brian Agler's looking for, and he gets it after the timeout.
Goodson relatively silent on offense. Staley off the side. Rebound, Katie Smith. One and done for the Richmond Rage. Touches for Taj. Lisa Boyer said she wanted it. It hasn't happened since the early part of the second half. Edwards. Rebound, Adrian Goodson. Staley trying to get into Taj. Still will be whistled for the foul. Lisa Boyer talked about the pushing match going on between Valerie Still and Taj McWilliams.
She said that McWilliams has been a little bit sore from the battle with Still inside, but here you see Dawn Staley reach the D. See that Still is caught behind on the low block, and she feeds the ball inside to McWilliams.
We have a timeout in the action. The Columbus Quest have a 52-37 lead. 3:44 left in the third quarter.
When it's over, I want everybody to know I play every game like it's my last. The first day I stepped on the court in high school, I felt that I could do something with that game. It seemed like just yesterday I was talking with my friends about one day making it to the NBA.
I felt yeah. To see Allen Iverson put on his Sixer uniform is a lot of people's dreams come true.
It was just great to just put on the practice uniform. You know, all I kept doing was looking at my uniform, looking at the logo, just something I watched all my life to finally be there, something special.
To see him wear that number 3, and you see him run up and down the court, it's like seeing a bird released from a cage.
It's a great feeling. Dream come true.
Now you can catch the excitement of the American Basketball League by wearing official ABL merchandise. Support your favorite team by wearing comfortable 100% cotton ABL t-shirts, sweatshirts, and caps made by Reebok and other top apparel manufacturers. ABL balls and accessories are also available. You can find ABL merchandise at Lady Foot Locker and other fine stores, or order by phone by calling 888-888-4ABL.
52-37, 3:44 left to go in the third quarter. Richmond will inbound the basketball. Staley inside to Goodson. Goodson has it blocked. Pump fake, Adrian Goodson.
Shannon Johnson, the smallest player on the floor, gets the first block, but Goodson just sticking with it.
Goodson, only one game she had not scored double figures. She now is in double figure scoring with 10. Staley. Staley on the break. Smith knocks it away. Out to Edwards. Staley a little tentative on the layup.
Great defense by Molly Goodenbauer right there to break up the easy transition bucket. Columbus had two people fill in the left wing.
Molly Goodenbauer, really a lesson in persistence. She got married in September to Pat Fuscaldo, the coach of Sonoma State University. And for their honeymoon, they spent 9 days with the Richmond Rage in practice.
Not the way I spent my honeymoon, but you know.
According to Pat, they have yet to take a honeymoon.
They won't have any time either until probably May.
Shot clock running down. Johnson with the dish. Out of bounds. A little overpassing by the Columbus Quest.
When you ask Brian Agler if we played our best basketball yet, he says no. And he still doesn't think they have because of the mental lapses that they have on the floor. Right there was an example with a poor turnover and decision by Shannon Johnson.
Goodson tries to force it inside, still ahead, turnover. Staley quickly on the run. Staley looking ahead to Goodson to Taj McWilliams.
She faked everybody out, Tracy. She's looking at Adrian Goodson on the baseline, and she drops it off to McWilliams inside. What a great pass.
An 11-point lead, still from the outside. McWilliams on the board. Taj McWilliams starting to get more involved in the offense and defense. Goodenbauer. Rebound, Nikki McCray.
Goodenbauer cannot find the stroke. She's 0 for 3 in the first half and is yet to connect from the floor.
Timeout in the action. Take a look at Taj McWilliams as she starts to get more involved offensively.
Well, she scores that bucket in transition because Dawn Staley got her the ball in a position she could score. Lisa Boyer talked about getting the ball inside to Taj. That's what they've got to do to battle back into this game. When she catches it down low, she is a tough matchup one-on-one for Columbus.
Our sponsor, Nissan Motor Corporation, will be giving the most valuable player of this ABL Championship Series a new 1997 Altima. The winner will be chosen by a blue ribbon panel of sports media personnel and presented with the keys to her new car at the conclusion of the series. Debbie Antonelli, did you know that you and I are on that blue ribbon panel of sports media personnel?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. So be thinking about who your MVP is, Tracy. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough.
The Columbus Quest, they finished with the ABL's best overall record. They had an 11-game win streak early on in the season. They finished number 1 in offense in the ABL, number 1 in defense in the ABL. But all along, Brian Agler wouldn't be lulled into the false sense of security. He said, no way. He said, our work has yet to be done, talking about the playoffs.
And no one ever thought they'd be at this position. When you go back to September and think about the conversations that we had with Brian, nobody believed they could be here but Brian. And then he had to convince his team.
And he's convinced the town of Columbus, Ohio. Brian Agler, the head coach, the general manager of the Columbus Quest.
He said, if we do certain things, we will win. And they have believed it and have done it.
Goodson gets the ball on the run. Adrian Goodson now has 12 points and has cut the Columbus lead to 9. Edwards to Still. Still caught in traffic. Has it tipped Staley. Dawn Staley playing both ends of the floor.
Taj McWilliams, I was laughing with her about calling her the enforcer. She says, I like that. I said, well, you are. Look at her down low, trying to get the ball to her. Val Steele, great defense.
Johnson in traffic, a whistle and a foul.
Shannon Johnson forcing the tempo right here. Looking up the whole time. Numbers not there, but Adrian Goodson fouls her in transition.
Adrian Goodson, second personal foul, team's third. Johnson, the graduate of the University of South Carolina, inbounds to Tanya Edwards. Smith to McRae. Rebound, Goodson. Goodson averages better than 7 rebounds a game. She can sky high. Got that great wingspan, that great leaping ability. McWilliams in traffic. Taj McWilliams finally gets the ball on the low blocks.
Well, Richmond knows what they're doing. They know that's the mismatch inside. They've got to continue to get her the ball, and Dawn Staley's looking for her. Now Richmond's playing a little zone against Columbus, giving them a different look defensively.
That is the game clock in the third quarter you see in your screen. Edwards. In and out. Sobral looks ahead to Staley. Staley across to Goodenbauer. Staley inside to McWilliams. McWilliams in traffic, pushed way off her mark.
That's where they want the ball to get to her, but they've got to crash.
Edwards. Edwards in traffic. Edwards untouched. Tanya Edwards. Oh my! They gave her the green light, and the 28-year-old out of Flint, Michigan said, I'm going to take it. We're at the end of the third quarter. The Columbus Quest lead, 54-45.
Myrtle Beach, #1 for golf and family vacations. Call Myrtle Beach Jet Express at 1-800-FUN-TUCSON and fly nonstop jet service from New York to Myrtle Beach from only $79. Myrtle Beach, perfect for your family vacation. Great golf and some of the biggest names in entertainment. We even make it easy to visit Myrtle Beach with great vacation packages from only $199. Only on Myrtle Beach Jet Express. Call 1-800-FUN-TUCSON today.
Where do smart players go? Players Club International, the experts who will show you how to have fun the smart way. Las Vegas, Atlantic City, the Caribbean. Players Club members are guaranteed to always save up to 60% on rooms, food and drinks, and even shows. Or maybe you just want to relax and play the course. Players members receive up to 50% savings at over 1,000 golf courses. And you can even use your card for airlines, car rentals, and cruises. Or for that smart getaway, save up to 50% off at over 8,000 hotels worldwide. Any way you want to play, the experts at Players Club can take care of you today. 1-800-964-4646. Call now for free information with absolutely no cost, no obligation on how you can play the smart way. Plus, new members receive a free Players Preferred package with over $150 in free money in comps. So call today.
It's got a break. Looks like Comer.
Tell me a story. What are you doing? Can you play with me? Can I have some juice?
Too busy to watch the game? Sports Channel Light is a 30-minute condensed version of the day's best game every night at 11.
Tell me another story.
Sports Channel Light. How to make the game when you can't make the game.
An ABL All-Star Tanya Edwards taking the Quest by storm.
Tanya just has great feel for clock right there, knows when to get it off the glass. Doesn't allow Richmond a chance for possession the other way.
Sends the Quest into the fourth quarter with a 9-point lead. See Columbus not scoring as much as they had in the first couple quarters. Attribute part of that to the zone that Lisa Boyer played for a few possessions. What that zone does is takes away dribble penetration from Columbus, made them stand outside and try to score some, and they weren't able to hit too many buckets from the outside. So that's going to be crucial as this game wears on. I bet Richmond's going to play a little bit more zone here in the fourth quarter as well. Three players in double-figure scoring for both teams. Stanley leads the Richmond Rage. Tanya Edwards leads the Columbus Quest. Lisa Boyer has said her team is a second-half team on average in the ABL championship. The Richmond Rage in the fourth quarter have averaged 24 points. The Columbus Quest, 17 points. 10 minutes of basketball left for the ABL World Championship. They started with 8 teams back in October. They are down to 2. Sabral, guarded by Smith, tries to force it inside to McWilliams. McWilliams puts it on the ground. Taj McWilliams.
It's unbelievable how she came up with that basketball. Columbus had her sandwiched. Edwards in the front and still behind, and she was still able to come up with the ball.
Tanya Edwards for 3. Goodson inside to McWilliams. Spin, move, uses a glass, she's fouled. Now you can see the offensive flow. You can start to see the sink for the Richmond Rage.
Well, you've got a sense they're going to make a run. They've got good spacing. They're getting the ball inside. Great bounce pass. Nikki McCrae gambled to come over and help. Columbus knows they're trying to get the ball inside, yet they have not been able to stop it in the second half as Taj has been going to work on the blocks.
Taj McWilliams, a 66% free throw shooter. She played in Europe the past 3 seasons, and she really needed to step it up. And Kristen Cummings, who is projected to be a starter for the Rage, had gone out with a blown knee early in October. Tanya Edwards, meanwhile, picked up her 3rd personal foul. Both teams have 3 team fouls.
The matchup zone again for Richmond. I really like this defensive move. It's really slowed Columbus down a little bit.
Columbus #1 in the ABL in 3-point shooting. How about Tanya Edwards?
That's the kind of aggressiveness you've got to use to attack the zone. Attack from the top on the blocks. Look for the short corner in the high post area.
Staley thought about it, drives down the hole. Fight for the rebound. McWilliams on the ground again. Jump ball, possession Columbus. Some of the Richmond Rage players have said, Debbie Antonelli, they are so sore after an ABL basketball game. Taj McWilliams spending a lot of time on the floor fighting for loose balls. Johnson. Quickly, a whistle underneath, and Molly Goodenbauer gets whistled for her 4th personal foul.
Lisa Boyer has gone with the same lineup the entire second half. She has not made a change with a substitution. If she feels like she wasn't getting from her bench what she needed. And now Richmond mixing it up back into man-to-man defense.
Tanya Edwards guarded by Dawn Staley. She has had the hot hand for the Columbus Quest tonight. Good denied defense by McWilliams.
A great job by Valerie Stiller after the tip ball to use her body to block out McWilliams so that she couldn't come up with a loose ball.
Valerie still coming off that 22-point, 16-rebound, game 4. Whistle underneath.
Now, I know Val still can shoot the 3, and Brian Agler doesn't mind that, but I'm sure in this juncture in the basketball game, this is not the best shot selection required. Val still has hit 2 of those from the 3-point land in playoffs this year, but not the first option.
Shannon Johnson, meanwhile, picks up her 4th personal foul. Sabral guarded by Katie Smith. But you talk about some mismatches. Debbie, you look at the physical play of Katie Smith and Marta Sabral, who really isn't that type of physical player.
Well, Marta has 4 inches on Katie, but we've yet to see her put the ball on the floor a lot. Katie looking for some help from the weak side, saying, come on, you got to help on the penetration. She didn't get any, and Marta was able to utilize her extra 4 inches to try to score on Katie inside.
Marta Sabral, an 80% free throw shooter, remarkable young woman. 32-year-old out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. She speaks very little English, and Adrienne Goodson, her teammate, is her translator.
But she understands basketball because that's a universal language.
The universal language is Adrienne Goodson speaks fluent Portuguese. And Adrienne Goodson is working on recruiting Marta Sobral's younger sister, 22-year-old two-guard out of Brazil. And Adrienne, who wants to be an agent, says, come on over, play with your sister, play with me for the Richmond Rage, and we may see another Sobral in a Richmond Rage uniform next season. Marta Sobral, 19 points, 3 rebounds in Game 4. She was taking shots from three-point land. She was getting them off the glass. Marta Sobral, just 7 points in tonight's game.
She almost shoots as well from beyond the arc as she does from the floor, particularly in playoffs, where she's just a one percentage point off of that. But at 48 from the floor and 47 from beyond the arc, well, Marta can certainly play. No question about it. And, you know, Lisa Boyer really had to adjust to Marta's offensive style because, you know, they needed somebody on the blocks when Kristen Cummings went out, and they didn't have anybody but McWilliams who could really play the true low post because Marta wants to play facing up to the bucket.
Stay with us after the game. We will go to the presentation of the first ever ABL World Championship Trophy. ABL CEO Gary Cavalli will hand the trophy to the winner of tonight's game. Also, Nissan will present the ABL MVP with a new Nissan Altima. Columbus Quest inbound the basketball. They are one of the smallest teams in the ABL, an average height of 5'11". Staley up with the basketball. Goodson has a 2-on-2. Goodson into traffic, tries to dish it. Offensive foul. Adrienne Goodson.
That hurts Richmond right there because they played a good defensive possession. They got the ball in transition, and Goodson just tried to create something that wasn't there. Great weak side help by Edwards to rotate over and pick up the charge.
Edwards to Smith. Smith. McWilliams with the rebound.
This zone is forcing Columbus to try to shoot over the top of it, and they're 0 for 2 the last 2 possessions.
Spacing and getting the ball into Taj McWilliams. Lisa Boyer said that was her key. Turnover, Marta Sobral.
I really like the defensive change, though, that Richmond made in going to the zone. It's really made Columbus think a little bit. And they've got to attack from the high post. That's the area that's open with Goodenbauer and Staley being only 5'5". They can shoot over the top of them.
Meanwhile, Valerie's still in traffic. You talked to Valerie at halftime. She said it may be her first and last season in the ABL.
Well, I know the Columbus fans would hate to see her go. She's been such a great part of the community, and she and her husband Rob have really adjusted to life with a 1-year-old and living in, you know, having their base in Lexington, but yet living in Columbus. Val has certainly been one of those great personalities for the league, and she has had a super playoff.
Valerie still out of Camden, New Jersey, 35-year-old, graduate of Cherry Hill East High School, also a graduate of the University of Kentucky. Comes from an athletic family. Her brother Art still played 13 years in the NFL. She says that is her most admired athlete, her brother Art Still. 61 to 50. The Richmond Rage have been playing catch-up all game. Sobral in traffic. Williams back to Sobral.
Nothing has come easy for Richmond this half, Tracy.
Exactly in Brian Agler's game plan, too. He said no easy looks for the Richmond Rage. Still puts her shoulder down into Taj McWilliams, and McWilliams will pick up the foul.
And that's a great job of isolating Still down low against McWilliams. There was no help. Watch Valerie Still go to work with the basketball, catches it at the high post area. Because Columbus has 4 players on the perimeter, they've spread the zone out. That allows Still to operate one-on-one, and she does a great job of getting to the free throw line.
Valerie Still, she has an ABL championship best, 7.5 rebound average throughout this championship series. Brian Agler said my veterans needed to step up. And when you're 35 years old and coach says veteran, you know that means you, and Valerie responded.
And Andrea Lloyd is a big part of that, as well as Tanya Edwards, all having extensive overseas experience. Andrea just has not been able to play at 100%, so since she had a sore back the latter part of the regular season, Val still took over the starting reins, and it's been all Val since.
We welcome you if you're watching the first ever ABL World Championship. The winner tonight takes home the first ever ABL World Championship trophy. Tracy Warren along with Debbie Antonelli watching the Columbus Quest host the Richmond Rage. Three-second violation, Richmond Rage. The lead is 10. Richmond led by 3 after the first quarter. They stretched their lead to 9. Check that, 11 at the half. McCray, jump ball situation. Possession arrow, Richmond.
Richmond's got to make a run right here. With under 6 minutes trailing by 10, they've got to get a good look at the basket each possession offensively, and they've got to get some defensive stops.
4 players in double-figure scoring for Columbus. Goodenbauer to Goodson in traffic. The turnaround. McWilliams fighting for the ball. Jump ball situation. McWilliams, the 2-time NAIA All-American, gave it everything she had.
This is key right here for Richmond. They needed to get something on the board, and they did. And good look by Goodson. McWilliams battling hard inside. Thought she was held on the arm, but they called a jump ball.
McCray. Tussle underneath, jump ball. Debbie, a lot of players, coaches have commented on the physical play. We saw it at the All-Star game. The officials said they're on top of it. They're calling, they're blowing their whistle more often. Brian Agler has talked about it a little bit, as has Lisa Boyer. How have you seen the play in this ABL championship?
Well, I think the officials have done a super job based on the fact that this is it. You know, you don't call everything off the basketball in a game like this. You let them play a little bit more than during the regular season.
McWilliams, turn around. Goodson with the rebound. Under 5 minutes to go in the ABL World Championship. Staley.
Tell you what, this crowd is starting to sense it a little bit. And Lisa Boyer is not pleased with the way the officiating is going right here.
We have a timeout in the action. Dawn Staley, the Olympian, wants to make something happen. Dawn Staley runs into too many Columbus Quest. We have a break in the action. The Columbus Quest lead is 10, 4:41 left in the fourth quarter.
This is for the first woman who ever left her fear behind. The first woman who had time to walk, but ran there just the same.
This is for the first woman who said, I can kick this. I can stop that. The first woman who ever formed a team.
As a proud sponsor of the American Basketball League, Lady Foot Locker salutes all the players in this, their first groundbreaking season. This is for the first woman to take a stand. The first woman whose footsteps we all follow.
Most of us pay a lot more attention to our physical selves than we do to our fiscal selves. But the truth is, if we want to enjoy every stage of our lives, we need fiscal fitness as much as we need physical fitness. At the Phoenix, we can help you put together the right balance of insurance and investments to stay in good financial shape for a lifetime. Phoenix, insurance and investments.
You'd never know he has a 10-point lead. The Columbus Quest head coach leads 62 to 52, 4:39 left to go in the ABL World Championship.
We both know how intense Brian is. We know he's not relaxing 1 minute until the clock shows 0.
He says, Richmond, you can never let them back into the game. They are a tenacious team. This is the 13th time these two teams have squared off. Shot clock at 3. Tussle on the ground. And we've got an injured player for the Richmond Rage. Adrian Goodson, holding her left ankle.
Boy, you know that Adrian does not want to come out of this basketball game. She's going to do everything she can to walk it off. Take another look at it from this angle. She gets caught up inside with Nikki McRae. She's got the defensive assignment and has had it all playoffs. She steps right there on Molly Goodenbauer's foot, and that's where she twists her ankle.
She rolled her ankle. She grew up playing in the streets of Bayonne, New Jersey. Said that's what caused her to become such an emotional player. She is staying in the game, limping, to finish out the ABL World Championship.
Well, she just looked at Lisa Boyer and said, I can't go, I've got to come out. Lisa didn't want to use one of her timeouts there, so she gets a break with the ball getting knocked out of bounds with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Take another look right here at Adrian Goodson tripping on Molly Goodenbauer's foot. Watch as she crosses the key here. Boom, right there on Molly's foot. And that was what did it. She has to sit.
Adrian Goodson comes out with 12 points. Rahima Stevens, no points, checks in for the Richmond Rage.
It's going to be really hard for Richmond to make a run now without Goodson on the floor.
Still in traffic, Valerie Still!
What can you say about Val Still, Tracy? I mean, she's done it all the entire playoffs. She's stepped up her individual performance to help this team. And this team is playing very well at this point. Look at the behind-the-back pass by Shannon Johnson. And Still just wills this one to go in. Look at the reaction.
Valerie Still, a 72% free throw shooter, completes the three-point play. And for the third straight game, she is in double-figure scoring. McWilliams. Still fighting for the rebound. Here comes Johnson. Johnson. Turnaround, blocked by Dawn Staley.
Val Still was taking a little break at the other end of the floor, resting a little bit. She thought for sure Columbus was going to score in that possession, but they get to the line. Take another look at this replay right here. Look at the battle under the glass. Val Still does a great job of contesting McWilliams and then gets the ball loose for Johnson to get out and running. Val just lays there. You see her at the other end of the floor. She's just taking a little break.
35 years old, you can take a little break now.
She's earned it. She's earned it.
Shannon Johnson now with 12 points, a 22-year-old out of Huntsville, South Carolina. One of the youngest players on the Columbus Quest. And Brian Agler trying to get the fans of Columbus pumped up.
He's waving his arms at the crowd, Tracy, trying to get everybody on their feet.
Meanwhile, all Adrian Goodson can do is watch from the sidelines. Marta Sobral for 3!
What Marta did at the end of game 4, knocked out a couple crucial three-pointers to trim the lead a little bit. Columbus still up by 12.
Sobral now has 12. Defensive stop, so key for the Richmond Rage. Clock management, so key for the Columbus Quest. Shot clock is at 4. Inside to Johnson. Stevens with the rebound. Here comes Staley. Trying to get her team back into the game. To Goodenbauer.
Richmond looking for threes.
Staley. Gonna pull up. Shot. Dawn Staley. Well, you said during the timeout, Debbie Antonelli, if somebody was going to get Richmond back into the game, it was Dawn Staley.
With 2.5 minutes left to play, look at Dawn Staley. She gives a little pump fake to try to back Johnson off. Johnson's got to protect her from dribble penetrating. Dawn hasn't hit a three all game. and she knocks down that three-pointer in a crucial time in this game, which gets it inside of 9. Now it's at a workable margin for Richmond.
Dawn's sure to be a part of the ABL's future, and the ABL is ever growing. Take a look at what's in store for the Women's Professional Basketball League of the ABL. The Combine in San Francisco coming up in the latter part of April. The draft May 5th. Report to camp at the end of August. And then we have tip-off. We're back at it in mid-October for the second year of ABL Women's Professional Basketball. All the ABL general managers, all the coaches will be at the Women's Final Four in Cincinnati, Ohio. They'll have their convention there to talk over expansion, talk over growth in the league, and talk over players who are incoming from the NCAA.
It should be a big time down there, and everybody will be out. Now you see Lisa Boyer right here talking about how they're going to try to get some threes off. Obviously, Dawn Staley's a catalyst in all this, and Marta Sobral, who can definitely shoot it from three-point land. She's been having a fantastic series from beyond the arc. Coming into this game, she was 11 of 23 in this game so far. She's made at least 2, so she's been a serious force from outside. Now Columbus has got to contest Marta, and Adrian Goodson is coming back in the lineup, Tracy.
Adrian Goodson, who rolled her ankle on the defensive end. Back into the game, Marta Sobral checks out. 2:28 to go in the ABL World Championship. This is Game 5, the 5th and final game. The winner of tonight's game wins the first ever ABL World Championship trophy.
Lisa Boyer doing a good thing right there with a full court pressure. She had Taj McWilliams at the front of that press, gave Johnson vision problems trying to see, and then Dawn Staley will commit the foul right here when she senses that the numbers are not there. Or for her defense, the numbers were there offensively for Columbus. That's why she committed the foul.
Tanya Edwards, a 75% free throw shooter, has been outstanding in Game 5. 21 points so far. She certainly has a taste of championships. She was part of the Lady Vols 1987 and 1989 NCAA championships.
She knows a little bit about winning.
Katie Smith, although you had mentioned, never won an NCAA championship. Neither has Valerie Still. Neither has Vicki McRae. Rage on the outside, Still with the rebound, and quickly Valerie Still is fouled by Adrian Goodson.
Well, it's going to be a parade to the free throw line for Columbus, where in Game 4, the last 15 points that they scored were all from the line. So it's going to be important for Columbus to knock these down. What Richmond is trying to do is trade 2 for 3 here. They're going to look to shoot some threes and try to get some points on the board very quickly.
Just over a year ago today, Valerie Still gave birth to her first son, Aaron. She said it was going to take her a while to get back into playing shape. She said she wouldn't hit stride till about February of 1997, and boy, has she hit her stride. 12 points now for the 35-year-old out of Camden, New Jersey. 71-58. Staley. McWilliams back to Staley. She is trying to launch a three. McWilliams. Just like on the playground.
They score quickly and get into that full court pressure, and Columbus has got the break going the other way. Well, Marta really got lucky with that foul right there, because Edwards almost scored the bucket. Now, on shot 2 minutes, Columbus has got to continue to make their free throws.
We talked to Gary Cavalli, the CEO, Steve Hams and Ann Cribbs, the Brain Trust. The winners of tonight's game will get a little added monetary incentive for winning the first ever ABL World Championship. Teams are talking about championship rings, talking about parties.
Katie Smith taps it back out. What a smart play.
Katie Smith, how about the story for her? The darling of Columbus, Ohio, never won an NCAA championship. And here she is on the
Katie has played out of position all season long, being asked to play down low in the post. Play post defense, something she's never done before, and she accepted her role willingly and gave up a lot of individual recognition to help this team, even though she was still an ABL All-Star and third in the league in three-point shooting and second in vote getting for newcomer of the year.
A minute 34 to go, 73-60. Goodson on the move. Goodson fighting for the rebound. Goodson. She now has 14. The lead is 11. Edwards. Turnover. Stripped. Johnson. Shannon Johnson. Best-of-5 series, 2 games to 1. They needed to win game 3 at Richmond. Columbus came back. Brian Agler, a great offensive scheme, stole game 4, forced to game 5, and Columbus is going to go home ABL World Champions. In women's professional basketball, it doesn't get any better than this.
There are really no losers in a Game 5 in the first year of this championship, considering the fact that it's the first year of the league. It's a lot of firsts, but going to Game 5 was just a tribute to the competitiveness of this league all season long. Just so happens that the 2 best teams at this point in the season are playing for it all. Columbus has really done a super job all year, and it's been all about team for Brian Agler.
And for Lisa Boyer, it has been a long haul for her. A tremendous job of mixing the personalities on the Richmond Rage team. Marta Sobral doesn't speak a word of English coming in. Jackie Joyner-Kersey, the track star, meshes into Lisa Boyer's lineup.
And Lisa Boyer's club had an opportunity to head the other direction mid-January, but they didn't. They rallied together. Chemistry was something that Boyer talked a lot about, and they certainly pulled it all together under the leadership of Dawn Staley.
And you're hearing that applause for Valerie Still, who gives her hugs. It may be the last time we see Valerie Still in an ABL uniform. Says she may retire after this season. She has warmed the fans of Columbus, Ohio. Cass Bauer checks into the game. Tanya Edwards, a tremendous job by the 28-year-old out of Flint, Michigan. 23 points. Tanya Edwards showing what a great athlete and a great competitor she is.
And a first-class move is right, going over to shake Lisa Boyer's hand.
Sandra Tate checks in. Nikki McCray, the ABL Player of the Year. Andrea Lloyd checks in. Katie Smith comes out of the game. play in the United States, to come home to play before the hometown fans. One better for the Columbus Quest. They will take the first ever ABL World Championship trophy. The season is hard fought. The Columbus Quest are well loved.
They have definitely won the hearts of Central Ohio, that's for sure. There's no question about the way this community has started to rally around. It all started with a sports article, Sports Illustrated article, and it's just continued. There you see him sporting some ABL championship hats over there on the Columbus bench, and Val Steele and Nikki McCrae. It's been a very together group all season long.
We even saw a smile from Brian Agler, the coach and general manager. And the Columbus Quest are the winners of the first ever ABL World Championship. Brian Agler said it was all about defense. His back was against the wall. He was down 2-1 in the ABL Championship at Richmond. He said if we could force a Game 5, the ball would be in our court.
There's no question about it. This home court advantage is huge. When the teams had to win, they stepped up, and Columbus certainly did their share today. Richmond just couldn't get anything going from the perimeter, and Columbus's defense was the story, as it's been all season long.
He's made them a believer in Columbus, Ohio. Packed the house at Patel Hall. Got all the personalities to mesh, and has handed Columbus their first ever ABL World Championship. We're going to take a break, but stay with us for the awarding of the first ever ABL World Championship trophy. The final here from Patel Hall in Columbus, Ohio. The Quest are the winners, 77-64.
Right now, 39,000 people are soaking up the sun in Los Angeles. Pan Am can take you there from $179. A meal on every flight, every day. From $179, we'll also bring you back.
Harold, what are you staring at?
Nothing. On Pan Am, you won't get burned.
Deadly, powerful, unforgiving. Now, for the first time, King World Direct and the Learning Channel bring you two of the most earth-shattering videos, Hurricane and Tornado, available only through this special television offer. You'll see the most violent natural disasters on Earth. Experience the force of nature's fury. Watch people run for their lives from the terror of the storm. These riveting programs will keep you on the edge of your seat. Satisfaction guaranteed. Call this toll-free number now to get Hurricane and Tornado for only $19.95. Order now with your credit card and you'll also receive Lightning absolutely free. That's right. All three heart-pounding programs are yours for only $19.95. So call now.
For rush delivery, get your credit card ready and call 1-800-631-9988. That's 1-800-631-9988. Or send your check or money order to the address on your screen. Call now.
I asked these two distinguished sports authorities to compare the number of sports pages in today's Times with today's Daily News. Okay, gentlemen, start counting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I've got 6.5.
And over the Daily News, there's great columnists like Ian O'Connor, Bill Madden, and Mike Lupica. Come on, Pete, it's only a 30-second commercial.
16, 17, 18.
You get the picture.
19.
When it comes to sports, we blow them away.
21, 22, 23.
The Columbus Quest are the first ever ABL World Champions. The final 77-64. With me right now, the CEO of the ABL, Gary Cavalli, joined by Steve Hams and Ann Cribbs, here to present the
congratulate both teams on an incredibly well-played, hard-fought series. Our hats off to Tammy Holder and Lisa Boyer and the entire Richmond Rage team for a great series and a great season. On behalf of Ann and Steve and I, it's our pleasure to present the first ABL World Championship trophy. And Brian, you guys started off 11-0. You came out of the gate fast. You never looked back. You had a fabulous season, and nobody would be more appropriate to win the first ABL World Championship in the Columbus Quest. Our congratulations to you.
Well, I'll tell you what, this trophy is something special to all of us here. You know, we worked real hard, and not just the players, but the front office people, but the effort that these ladies put on every night when they stepped on the floor was unmatched by any team in the world. And they're greatest.
Let's now send it to Debbie Antonelli, who has the ABL MVP and the winner of a new Nissan Altima. Debbie Antonelli.
Thank you, Tracy. I'm with Christine Francis, Coordinator of Strategic Marketing for the Nissan Motor Corporation. And Christine, your support has been with the league all season long. Can you talk about that for a moment?
Well, Nissan's very proud to sponsor the ABL. It's been a phenomenal season for them. Their first year coming out and going a 5-game series. It's just incredible, and it proves the level of play in the women's basketball. So we're very happy to sponsor them.
Well, not only are you sponsoring the league, but this will be the second car that you've awarded to an MVP. The first car was a Pathfinder that went to the MVP of the All-Star Game, and now this year's MVP of the 1997 ABL World Playoffs is Valerie Still, and you're going to make the presentation to Valerie right now. Christine has some nice words for you.
Valerie, you had an outstanding season, and today the level of play was just incredible. And you have shown that you are the best of the best, and you've had a long journey here. And to enjoy the ride home, we want to give you a key to the Nissan Altima, and to enjoy your ride in style, we want to also give you an original Anthony Mark Hankins leather jacket. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you. Thank you, Christine. Val, can you talk about how it feels to win the first ever ABL World Championship?
Right now, and I really can't describe it, Aaron can probably. I just like to give thanks, first of all, to God. I give him thanks not for winning this championship, but I give him thanks for surrounding me with great people who love me. My mom is really going to enjoy that car. I wish I could have divided with my team, but I can't. I've told them I've played with some talented players, but never with a team that has the heart that they do. I've got a great support system, and it's not fair that, you know, I get this by myself. I like to thank the crowd because they've dogged our crowd out all year. You guys are great. You guys are great. We won the first championship right here in Columbus. We're not going to forget that too soon.
Val, congratulations. Christine, thank you very much. Tracy, Val Still just summarizes a first-class team and a first-class program. Back to you.
All right, Debbie, thank you very much. Congratulations to the Columbus Quest. Gary Cavalli, CEO of the ABL. If you could sum up the first inaugural season of the ABL, how would you do it?
I think it was phenomenal, Tracy. I want to thank the Richmond Rage for a great series, and the Columbus Quest, our champions. Unbelievable level of intensity and competitiveness. And ladies and gentlemen, things are going to get bigger and better next year. We'll see you next season.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Congratulations to the Columbus Quest, the first ever ABL World Champions.
The American Basketball League Game of the Week was brought to you by Reebok, proud founding sponsor of the ABL, the premier pro women's basketball league in America. By Phoenix, a company dedicated to providing a lifetime of physical fitness. By Lady Foot Locker, proud to be a charter sponsor of the American Basketball League. And by Nissan, who remind you that life is a journey. Enjoy the ride.
top priority.